Now, we want to discuss an eyewitness to the event. Jared Petry is here with us now. Jared, we understand you were there. You were right up front, close to the podium when the shooting occurred. You captured that moment on video with your cell phone. We'll play it for our viewers now, and then we'll get your reaction. Just incredible footage. By the way, Jared, take us back to that moment and when you knew something was not right.
Well, I heard like some popping sounds. At first, it sounded maybe like a firework or like a firecracker or something like that. But then the popping kept going, and then I seen people starting to duck down, and then they surrounded Trump, and then I knew definitely something was wrong.
You know, Jared, you think of that moment. You know, we're all eyewitnesses to history now. That where were you when they tried to kill President Trump? As somebody who was actually there, certainly the media had seen for hours trying to say Trump falls at rally. Secret Service picks up Trump at rally. You know, by the time the melee was done, as someone in the audience, did you realize it was a shooting?
Yeah, you could tell it was a shooting because, like, you know, people ducked down and then they surrounded him and stuff like that. So you definitely knew at that point that it was a shooting.
Yeah. Talk to me about the audience, the people around you. I mean, was there a sense of chaos and concern, you'd think, as soon as the president was surrounded and huddled by Secret Service?
Yeah, there definitely was. People were just, you know, shocked and kind of in disbelief. And you know, people just started ducking down and trying to figure out, you know, what exactly was going on.
You know, you think of all of those people, that mass of humanity there to support their choice for president in this election. Again, our republic at work, our democracy in action. Tell us a little bit about what brought you to that rally, got you that position so close to the podium when this melee exploded.
What brings me to the rallies is just my love for President Trump and just all the good things that he does, and you know, he needs our support. You know, I've gone to, you know, tons of rallies, and I enjoy, you know, seeing him and supporting him, and you know, just the experience, and I just love everything about him, and everything he does is just great.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're not alone in that sea of people. They share the same thought. You know, Jared, it must have cleared out pretty quickly, right? Because it becomes an active crime scene when there are shots fired. What was the sentiment like with your fellow rallygoers as you all were exiting the area?
Just kind of just in shock and disbelief and just, you know, worried in a way. You know, we're hoping Trump was okay, but he did fist pump everybody and stuff like that. So it did seem like he was okay, but just shocked and just, you know, disbelief. And it's just, you know, sad in a way, you know, like to see any kind of, you know, violence against anybody.
Absolutely. Well, Jared, thank you so much for the footage,
Thank you.
for your story. We look forward to talking to you again soon.